Yo, what's up guys, my name's Hakiii, and in this video we're gonna be rating the reputation of players in GTA Online. Some of these are gonna be dead bottom because they just don't have a good reputation, and vice versa. The better the reputation, the higher the rating. So let's get started with the tryhards. Tryhards are a very talked about type of player in GTA Online. A lot of mixed opinions, mainly bad ones. Now tryhards overall are pretty disliked around the community, but there's actually some people who make their reputation not that bad, because I've seen instances where tryhards actually see another tryhard pick on a relatively low level and then actually start to fight that other tryhard. So it's kind of a tryhard v tryhard, but one of the tryhards is basically trying to protect a lower level that was being killed over and over again by another tryhard, and that I feel like is pretty respectable. So some people consider themselves tryhards, but for good reasons, and that's why I feel like their reputation shouldn't be super low. Many different tryhards often just like to fight each other and don't actually like each other. Sometimes other type of players like the tryhard more than other tryhards like the tryhard. With that said, they're still widely disliked because of their big desire to take out other players. I'm gonna give them a 4 out of 10 rating. It could have been much lower, but there are some good moral tryhards out there too. Next one is a very specific but really interesting type of player. This one is the YouTuber. Now I'm gonna speak from my personal experience. Other YouTubers might have a different experience, I don't know. Now the YouTuber is someone that naturally gets a lot of attention for the good and for the bad. When you go into a lobby and you actually get recognized, some people recognize you and actually want to like send you a kind message like I like your videos or something like that, and then find you on the map and try to take you around town or just drive next to you. Just do whatever it takes to be in your vicinity. And so that's one type of person, basically a fanboy or just someone that's showing you a lot of love and appreciates you, which is awesome. I love that. And so that's one type of encounter. Not that I get recognized a ton, but when it does happen, sometimes the person just shows a lot of love, and that's awesome. I appreciate that tons. And then you have the other type of encounter. So this other person that recognizes you makes it his living goal to take you out, just because he notices a YouTuber in the lobby and then just does whatever it takes to tell all his friends that he killed a YouTuber in GTA Online. This person has to do it or else he's never gonna be cool amongst his friends. So overall, from personal experience, it's mostly a lot of love being shown to you, which is awesome. I have so much fun when you guys are just in the lobby and we just happen to be driving around free roam together or whatever it may be. But then the other half is you being on people's radar because you're not a typical GTA Online player, I guess. So YouTuber reputation in GTA Online is gonna get a 7.5 out of 10. Then we have the grinder. This is a person who's extremely motivated to just ongoingly make money in this game, whether it's missions, heists, cargo sell missions, just anything to make money in this game and maybe reach a certain goal to unlock a certain thing. That's the type of person that a grinder is, and this type of person isn't really particularly disliked by anyone in the community. I mean, usually as long as you don't bother a grinder, they're not gonna bother you back, so they probably will start fighting you just because they don't want to be taken advantage of. And even players that like blowing up people doing cargo missions, they kind of like these type of grinders because grinders do sell missions, and without grinders, the griefers don't really have anyone to take out. Therefore, the griefers even like the grinders because otherwise they wouldn't have a purpose in GTA. So grinders are gonna get a reputation rating of 9 out of 10. And so this would be a great segue into something that we just talked about, griefers. Now griefers are a bit different than the tryhards. They don't really have any good morals like defending low levels that are being killed over and over again. There isn't really a nice way to put it. It's just people that enjoy destroying others' fun, whether it's grinding money or just messing around in free roam. They love the art of interrupting other people's activities, basically. Griefers get a 1 out of 10. The only 1 point they actually got is because they exist in GTA Online. Now let's take a huge 180-degree turn and move on to something completely different. We're gonna talk about noobs now. So not very many people dislike noobs. For the most part, people just don't mind them. The only reason someone would actually dislike a noob is if they get matched up with them to do a really important heist, because sometimes you play with randoms and a good chunk of those randoms are going to be pretty low levels noobs. They're inexperienced and their gunfighting skills are pretty limited at the same time, so they're not the greatest to help you out with missions like that. At least you don't have to worry about them in free roam, because if you go up against one, I mean, it's an easy battle. Let's just say not only are their combat skills bad, but they also don't have very good weapons and vehicles to actually go up against someone who's a little bit of a higher level at least. I personally find it also a good opportunity, if I don't have anything better to do, to actually make a wholesome moment, you know, let them just like ride your supercar or your oppressor or something. I feel like it's so wholesome, giving a low level a chance to just try out your cool vehicles that they just don't have nearly enough money to buy themselves. Shout out to those of you who actually get to do that, because that is wholesome. We're gonna give a rating of 7 out of 10 for noobs. Next up are the glitch enthusiasts. These are people that love having invisible part outfits. They have cars with glitched parts on them, so it looks definitely very unique and does stand out from an ordinary car, and they love doing wall breach glitches, which actually kind of gets their reputation down a bit if you ask me. Sometimes if someone considers himself both a glitcher and a tryhard, they would actually do a wall breach glitch, get into a building where you can't shoot them, but they can actually shoot out, so it's basically kind of like God mode. And they're invincible while no one can shoot them inside. Not cops, not players, nobody. And that can definitely get pretty annoying, and I guess it depends on the type of person you are and how you feel about glitchers. I feel like some people don't mind them, some people don't like them, some people think the invisible parts on their outfits and cars look cool, and some don't. So it really comes down to personal opinion, but I'm gonna give glitchers a rating of 6 out of 10, mainly based on the mixed opinions they have around the community. Next, we have another type of enthusiast. This time we have the car enthusiasts. The thing with car enthusiasts, there's so many different versions of them. They have a very big variety of cars and what cars they like and don't like. It's very hard, near impossible, to get car enthusiasts to agree on one particular thing, just because their opinions vary a lot and are very different. A big part of GTA 5 is cars. There's hundreds of different vehicles in the game, and there's so much different customization you can do. One of my favorite things to do in GTA is to customize cars, so the many different looks you can give each vehicle is definitely pretty fun to do, gotta say. A pretty controversial one by the eyes of many people, but car enthusiasts are gonna get a rating of 7 out of 10. Next up, we have the people that love doing memes of all sorts. Memers are a special kind of player in GTA 5. They do have a pretty good reputation, but can be pretty annoying sometimes if you encounter one. Reason is, part of meming these days, especially in GTA Online, is just killing players in funny ways, and that could be very annoying for the person getting killed. I mean, who knows? You could get a whole group of memers with tasers coming and just ongoingly tasing you over and over and over again, and tasers barely do any damage, but you do fall to the ground, so you could just be on the ground ongoingly for so long if the memers choose to troll like that. So that could be one example of many different ways they could annoy a player, but I mean, it's memes. Again, it does depend on the person, so some people could find it funny even if they're the victim of it. I feel like the majority view of memers in the community, just because it's very entertaining, is pretty positive though. Therefore, I'm gonna give memers a rating of 8.5 out of 10. Let me know what reputation ratings you would give. Maybe you agree with mine, maybe you disagree. Let me know in the comments down below. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you're new with the bell on for more awesome videos like these. Now, if you want to see what your outfit says about you in GTA Online, click the video on screen now for it. I hope you all enjoy that video, and peace.